Hello children, I Sweet Mahanti, your English teacher, warmly welcome you all to this English teaching learning session of Shiksha Darpan program sponsored by OSEPA School and Mass Education Department, Government of Odisha. Children, do you like to listen stories? Yes. Who tells you stories? Yes, maybe your teacher, your parents, grandparents tell you stories. Yes or no? Yes. Okay children, do you know there are some simple and interesting stories in your English non-detailed book, Stories of Past and Present. Today we will read a very nice story from this book. Okay? Okay. Before that, all of you try to solve a problem. Okay? So, this is your problem. This problem is related to mathematics. Okay? All of you try to solve it. There are 35 chocolates. You have to divide them among 3. The first one will get half of the total chocolates. The second will get 1/3 and the third one will get 1/9. Can you divide the chocolates among the 3 without breaking the chocolates according to the plan? So, children, how many chocolates are there? Yes, there are 35 chocolates. You have to divide them among 3. Okay. The first one will get how much? The first one will get half of the total chocolates. Okay. Half of the 35 chocolates, and the second one will get half 1/3 of the total chocolates, and the third one will get 1/9 of the chocolates. That means 1/9 of 35 chocolates. Can you solve it? Yes. If you solve it, then you are good in mathematics. You are intelligent if you solve this problem without breaking the chocolates. Okay. Then you are very good in mathematics and you are intelligent. Okay. So, today we will read a story, Math Magic, and try to solve this problem. We will see in this story how this problem will be solved. Okay. So, today we will read the story Math Magic. Okay. So, this is the story of a young man who lived in an Arab land. The young man was very intelligent. He had a lot of presence of mind and also he was very good at mathematics. Okay. आमे आजी पिला माने आरब देशर जणे लोक विषय रे आमे पढ़िबा आ से लोक जनक मैथमेटिक्स रे बहुत ज्ञान तांकर थिला. So, today we will read about that young man. Okay? So, all of you read, let us read SGP 1 and know something more about the young man. Okay? Let us read SGP 1. Paragraph 1. Once upon a time, there lived a young man in Arab land. One day, sitting on a sand hill, he was counting the flocks of birds flying in the sky. He counted the birds and wrote their numbers on sand. Paragraph 2. A man riding a camel was passing by that way. He was surprised to see the boy counting the flying birds correctly. How can he count the number of birds flying in large groups? He thought. He got down, went near the boy and asked how he could do it. The young man said, I worked as a shepherd boy with a rich man. I learnt how to count the sheep every day. Then you will get a good job. Come with me, said the man. Children, let us understand the paragraphs. Okay? All of you look at this picture. This is the picture of an Arab land. Okay? Let us understand the paragraphs. Okay. Once upon a time, there lived a young man in an Arab land. All of you look at this picture. What do you see in this picture? Yes, a young man was sitting on the sand hill. So, this young man lived in an Arab land. That means he lived in one of the Arab countries. One day, sitting on a sand hill, he was counting the flocks of birds flying in the sky. What was the man doing? All of you look at this picture, children. See, what was the man doing? Yes, the man was counting the flocks of birds. Do you know what is the meaning of flocks of birds? Yes, flock of birds mean a group of birds. Okay, so the man sitting on a sand hill was counting the flocks of birds. Sand hill mean hill made up of sands. Okay, he counted the birds and wrote their numbers on sand. So, the young man was counting the number of birds flying in the sky, then he wrote all these number of birds on the sand. ताले पिला माने आमे जो पिक्चर टे देखुचे सेथरे कोन देखुचे से आरब देशर युवक जनक से बाली हुंका उपरे बसिछंती एवं से जो चढ़ई माने उडुछंती आकाश रे पक्षी माने उडुछंती तांकर संख्या को से गणी की बाली उपरे लेखुछंती. Yes or no? Yes. Let's move to paragraph number 2. A man riding a camel was passing by that way. He was surprised to see the boy counting the flying birds correctly. All of you look at this picture. The young boy or the young man was counting the flocks of birds. Yes or no? And at that time, a man riding a camel was passing by that way. ठीक से ही समय रे जणे लोक घोड़ा ओटोरे बसी से बाट दे जाउथिले. He was surprised to see the boy counting the flying birds. The man with the camel was surprised to see the boy counting the birds. Yes or no? Really, this is a very difficult task to count the flocks of birds. Yes or no? Yes. And the man asked, how can he count the number of birds flying in large groups? Because all these birds were flying high in the sky. So, really it is very difficult for the young man to count. But how he was counting? The man with the camel thought. So, he got down from the camel, went near the boy, went near that young man and asked how he could do it, how you count a large group of birds correctly? The young man said, I worked as a shepherd boy with a rich man. So, do you know what was the answer of the young boy? The young man answered, I worked as a shepherd boy with a rich man. So, the young man worked as a shepherd boy previously. से जो युवक जनक पिले तुमे देखुछ से जे काउंट करुथिले पक्षी मानंकु से पूर्वरु जने धनी व्यक्ति पाखरे मेषपालक हिसाब रे थिले. I learned how to count the sheep every day. The boy said that he learned counting there because every day he had to count. सबु दिने ताको काउंट करिया को पडुथिला the number of sheep. सबु दिन मेष मानकर संख्या को ताको काउंट करिवा को पडुथिला. So he learned counting of birds, counting of sheep. Yes or no? Yes. Then you will get a good job. Come with me, said the man. The man with the camel told the boy that you must get a good job. Okay, then you come with me. Okay, so this is about paragraph 2. Let's know some meaning of the words like sand hill. What is the meaning of sand hill? Hill of sand by the sea or in the desert. Okay. ताले sand hill रो अर्थ कौन पिला माने? बाली हुंका. Then the word shepherd. Shepherd means a person who looks after sheep. मेष पालक. Flock of birds. A group of birds. पक्षी दल. Okay. So this is about SGP 1. Children, let's discuss some comprehension questions and their answers of SGP 1. Okay. Question number 1. How many paragraphs are there in SGP 1? SGP 1 रे केतोटी paragraph अछि? Yes, there are 2 paragraphs in SGP 1. Paragraph 1 and 2. Yes or no? Yes. So move to question number 2. Where did the young man live? Where did the young man live? Yes, the young man lived in an Arab land. Question number 3. What was the young man doing? से युवक जनक कौन करुथिले? चिंता करिकी कुह. Yes, the young man was counting the flocks of birds flying in the sky. से युवक जनक आकाशरे उड़ुथिबा पक्षी दल मानंकु गणुथिले. नुहे? So let's move to question number 4. Who saw him? Yes, who saw him? किए तांकु देखिले? A man riding a camel saw him. जणे ओटरे आसुथिबा लोक तांकु देखिले. Okay. Question number 5. Why was he surprised? से काहेकि आश्चर्य हो गले? Who? The man with the camel. से जो ओटरे आसुथिबा लोक जनक काहेकि आश्चर्य हो गले? Yes, the man with the camel or he was surprised to see the boy counting the flying birds correctly. Yes or no? से जो बर्ड को काउंट करुथिला जो पक्षी दल मानंकु से युवक जनक करेक्टली काउंट करुथिले बा निर्भुल भावरे गणी पारुथिले एहाकु देखि से ओटरे आसुथिबा लोक जनक आश्चर्य होई गले. Okay. Come to question number 6. How did the young man learn counting? Young लोक जनक बा से जो युवक जनक काउंटिंग केमिति सिखिथिले? Yes, the young man learned counting when he was working as a shepherd boy with a rich man. जेतेबेले जणे धनी लोकंक पाखरे से मेषपालक हिसाब रे काम करुथिले सेही समयरु से काउंटिंग सिखिथिले. Yes or no? Yes. Let's move to question number 7. What did the man say to praise the boy? सेही बॉय को प्रेज करिया पाई बा प्रशंसा करिया पाई से लोक जनक कौन कहिथिले? Yes, to praise the boy, the man said that he could get a good job. से लोक जन को प्रशंसा करबा को युवक जन को प्रशंसा करबा पाई जाई से कहिथिले जे कोन तुमे निश्चित भावरे गोटे भलो कामटिए पाइबो. Yes or no? Yes. So this is all about our comprehension questions and their answers of SGP 1. Okay children, let's read SGP 2 and see what happened next. Okay. So this is our SGP 2. Let's read SGP 2. Paragraph 3. Okay. The man took him on his camel. He promised him a job with the king. On their way, they saw 3 persons quarreling and 35 camels standing nearby. Their quarrel was on how to divide the camels among them. Their father had died, but he had a will before his death. According to his will, the eldest son would get half of the camel, the second son 1/3, and the youngest son 1/9. But they had 35 camels to divide among themselves. paragraph number 4. This was difficult. As per the father's will, the eldest brother will get 17.5 camels, the second little less than 12 camels, and the youngest son little less than 4 camels. So, children, this is your SGP 2. Okay? Let us understand paragraph 3. All of you look at this picture. The man took him on his camel. The man with the camel took the young man with him. He promised him a job with the king because the young man was very good at mathematics. Okay. On their way, they saw 3 persons quarreling and 35 camels standing nearby. Their quarrel was on how to divide the camels among them. ये जो 3 जन देखुच पिले ये माने हेउछंती 3 भाई एवं से माने झगड़ा करूछंती केमिति से 35 कैमल्स को तांको भितरे बांटीबे 35 जो ओटो छिड़ा हिचंती तांको केमिति तांको भितरे बांटीबे से विषय रे से माने झगड़ा करूछंती. Their father had died, but he had a will before his death. What was the will? According to his will, the eldest son would get half of the camel, the second son 1/3 and the youngest son 1/9. Okay, से बापांकर जो will थिला बा इच्छा थिला से इच्छा अनुसार बड़ पुओ अधा ओटो संख्या पाइबे एवं द्वितीय पुओ जनक तांकर will अनुसार 1/3 पाइबे बा 1/3 से ओटोरु पाइबे एवं से तृतीय पुओ जनक से ओटो मानकर 1/9 पाइबे. But they had 35 camels to divide among themselves. किंतु सेमानक पाखरे 35 ओटो थिले बांटिबा पाए. Okay, so this was a difficult task to divide these 35 camels among the 3 persons. Yes or no? So let's move to paragraph number 4. This was very difficult task. Yes or no? To divide these 35 camels among the 3 persons. Okay, all of you look at this expression, mathematical expression. Total number of camels equal to 35. According to the father's will, the eldest son will get how much? Half of 35. That means half into 35, that is 17.5. The second son will get 1/3 of 35. That means little less than 12, not exactly 11, not 12, little less than 12. The youngest son will get 1/9 of 35. That means little less than 4. So, really it was very difficult to divide these 35 camels among these 3 persons, among these 3 sons, because all these answers in fraction. So, it was not possible for them to divide the camels. से ओटो मानकु भाग भाग करिबा से मानक पाखरे आउ संभव नथिला थिला के पिले. So, let's know some words with their meaning. Quarrel, it is used as verb. The meaning of quarrel is to have an angry argument, jhagada. Then will, that means legal documented wish, ichha. Next, let's discuss some comprehension type questions with their answers. Okay? Question number 1. Whom did the man take on his camel? Yes, the man took the young man on his camel. Move to question number 2. What did the man promise the young man? Yes, the man promised the young man to get a good job. Move to question number 3. What did they see on their way? Yes, on their way they saw 3 persons quarreling and 35 camels were standing nearby. Okay. Question number 4. What was the father's wish? Yes, the father's wish was to give half of the whole camels to the eldest son, 1/3 to the second son and 1/9 to the third son. Okay. Move to question number 5. This was difficult. What was difficult, children? Yes, according to the father's will, the eldest son would get 17th and a half camels. The second son would get little less than 12. Yes or no? Yes. And the third son would get a little less than 4 camels. So, this was difficult. Okay. So, this is all about your SGP 1 and 2. Okay, children. So, let us recapitulate what we learned today. Okay. So, let us summarize the SGP 1 and 2. The story is about a young man of an Arab land with great skills of counting. Once the man who was passing by was impressed by his skill of counting flying birds. Okay. He was so impressed, the man was so impressed that he took the young man with him and promised him a job with the king. On the way, they met 3 young men who were quarreling to divide 35 camels among them according to their father's will. According to their father's will, the eldest son would get half of the camels, the second son 1/3 and the youngest son 1/9. Really, it was very difficult to solve the problem. So, this is all about your SGP 1 and 2. In the coming session, we will read SGP 3 and see whether the young man helped the 3 brothers to solve their problem or not. Okay? Till then, goodbye. Thank you, children. Thank you.